back to Paint Collectibles, everyone. So, it has been a hot minute, man. It has been a hot minute since I got in a brand new piece from our boy Todd. Todd's my first friend in this hobby. It's always come through, so nothing but good things to say about our boy. This is a 2-boxer. As you can see, there's only one box right next to me because the other one's too. It's impossible to move around. This is XM's Ghost Rider on horse. I got this before I got the one that I really love, the fan art one that has flames and light up and bike track and all that. It's probably going to always be my favorite Ghost Rider. This thing finally got put in production, it came out, and I finally got my copy. I've been sitting on it for about a week because these 2 boxes are so darn heavy that they're almost impossible to do anything with. It's to the point where I don't even want to lift this up the stairs. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do everything down here, assembly and all, and I think I'm going to swap them out with Sephiroth over there because that cabinet is very sturdy, like real wood, and it would more than hold the weight of our Ghost Rider over here, because lifting this up the stairs is not going to be fun. That base box is beyond insanely heavy. I think I underestimated it. I have no idea how massive this is going to be in person. I mean, yeah, I've seen some other reviews, I've seen other people who have it, but the point is, but even then, when you're looking at it on video and seeing other people with scale, it doesn't really register until you get this in your house and you're like, oh goodness, what did I do? So the assembly is going to be a pain in the butt, but we'll figure it out. Let's get to it. All right, guys, here we have XM Ghost Rider. I've had this for about a week, and I've been dreading opening it because this is a 2-boxer, and they're way too heavy. And I'm gonna have to do the assembly down here next to the piano. I honestly don't know how far I'm gonna get just because these 2 boxes are so annoying. I just don't want to deal with it. But we'll just open it and we'll see what we see. Alright guys, we are XM suitcase box, and yeah guys, there is such a thing as too big of a box, and this is too big of a box. Alright, we've got your beautiful art print and your 2-boxer. So it looks like base bodies in one, horse other bodies, and chains in the other. Oy vey. Here we go. Alright, well bam. Brother Todd hooking it up. I have a plaque. Usually it says redeemed and stamped on the side when there's a plaque, and mine didn't have that. But I got a plaque. Oh, bam! Got my plaque. Big smooches, Mr. Todd. Oh, that is the shit. That is just gorgeously the shit. That's gonna take forever to put some cameras, so instead we are gonna do this. Alright, you guys. Here is the everything unwrapped except the horse. Why? I am not lifting that thing up. Fuck no. It's XM. I can tell you when I was unwrapping it that everything is fucking beautiful. I mean, paintwork, top notch, sculpt, top notch. Everything is beyond pristine, awesome quality that you expect from XM. This piece, just more than any others that I've ever opened, just dreads the shit out of me because it is beyond insanely heavy, and I don't want to deal with it. But let's get to the pieces. I will say, as soon as I opened and I saw this portrait, I am in love with this piece. This is done so well.
You've got beautiful gradation and shadows and highlights in the orange. Look at the skull pores. Look at the freaking detail and the shading in like the skull. You've got a gradation of blacks and whites and grays. You've got these beautiful blue paint splotches to really give it that detailed effect and look, and this is just done so well. But this is XM, so I expect nothing but the best. Now these chain parts are a nice surprise. These chain parts, they're produced very similar to the fan art one on bike that I already opened recently. The only difference is that one, the chain had like a coating on top, like a plastic coating to give it more flexibility. This is very nice and light, great material, and XM did do a better job on the painting, on the detail of the painting. Bronze highlights to give it the iron rust effect. So this is very well done. I'm very happy with this, and it's light too, which is nice. This is generally, when it comes to small pieces, I throw them in a box. I never take them out because I hate dealing with them. But unfortunately, I can't do that with this because this is like the stirrups that go on the horse, and you kind of need these to hook the leg in, if I remember correctly from watching the video. So I want to get away from doing this. I don't think I can. I'm not even sure how this needs to put in together. I've got to rewatch the video. This is it's light, which is good. Looks like metal. Very good paint work with your bronze highlights and splotches. And your grays with a white silver paint. Basically, you go back around a second pass with the airbrush and splotch the speckle the silvers on to give it this effect. It's gorgeous. Very light, but this is actually kind of pointy. I thought this might be rubber, but no, they're plastic. And the chain does feel like real chain. Well, this real chain is metal. And this is one of the cloak pieces for the Caleb sculpt. Thank goodness this is light as hell. Well, not light as hell, but this is very light. It is not just like I've had XM Scarlet Witch, and that cape was heavy as shit. This is light, thank God, because it's got a little bit of heft to it, but it's light enough that it shouldn't be a problem. And again, beautiful work from XM. This isn't just a wash of black to get this black, but make it AG looking. You've got little rough shades of brown, some dirty yellow gold, like dirty yellow, dirty gold, dirty to give it a dirty bronze, like, and this is white with blue highlights to give it that look of a fade. It's very good, well done, very well done. Some bronze in here, dirty browns to accentuate the shadows. Yeah, punch holes in the cape. So well sculpted, very well done. You've got your browns, your golds, your whites, and your blues. Just overall beautiful piece, man. You know, I'm gonna say this because I have been dreading opening this and have not wanted to deal with it, and part of me was like, I'm gonna hate it. I shouldn't have ever bought it because it's so big and so cumbersome. But honestly, I haven't even put it together. I will say, just from looking at the quality of the materials and the paint job and the sculpt alone, it's very well done, and I like it a lot. And you have more parts of the chain. This is with the arm, the hand that keys in. I like the skull hand, very well done. And again, a very cool paint technique, right? You use your base grays, and then you layer on your speckled blacks, your speckled silvers, your speckled blues, your speckled light grays. So you mix your palette of grays to get this very nice, I mean, this is very, very nice, yeah. Oh cool, there's some flexibility in this, so that's good to know. Yeah man, the bronze in this is not throughout, it's speckled very beautifully. And same with this, same material in the chain leading to the gauntlet ball. Also light, thank God. So yeah, well done. I think that's box one. I have no clue, but overall, amazing job. Surprisingly, I'm very, very happy. I thought I was going to hate it after I saw the size of the boxes, but I love it. It's cool. All right, rather than putz around, we're going to go in the next box. All right, you guys, this is box 2, and this is really, really heavy and really hard to wrangle. Already, no point doing the taking the cover off was beyond impossible, so no point doing that on camera. Looks like a chunk was eating my styrofoam. Hopefully everything's all right. So again, rather than putz around with this on camera, we're just gonna do this. All right, guys, this is box 2 unboxed. I didn't bother lifting the damn base, but everything looks like it's intact. So yay. Let's look at some of the pieces. This is the Carter Slate body, and I gotta say, it is gorgeous. It's gonna be hard for me to decide which one I like more, to be honest. Ooh, look at that! Look at that insignia. Celtic Cross, Ghost Rider Cross, whatever. I might be leaning Carter, just because I want to pair with the fan art Johnny Blaze, so recreate the scene from the movie. This thing is gorgeous, though. Same thing, same kind of paint detail. I'm seeing less blues in this one, more of gradations of black, grays, whites. There might be a smidge of blue. Yeah, right about here. Just some dark speckles. Some light, looks like light blue. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Now, what I think it's absolutely necessary every time you do a switch out is a butt stand, and I'm glad XM included it. It is very, very cool. Horseback edition. So yeah, this is cool. Heavy though. Horsetail. Made out of fire. Hellfire. Hell yeah. Now the Caleb body on my hand, this is really heavy. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I can't hold this for very long. We have Carter Slate's hands. It's a nice black with a sheen overlay. We got a fist. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so you see there's a tape there. Those are 2 little fire effect pieces that they're basically covers or points you put in when you do switch outs, depending on which pose. Those things are really small. I don't care. I hate it when pieces are that small. I've just come to the point where I was like, screw it. If it's that small, it's staying in the box. I'm not even unpacking it because I just don't give a shit. So anyway, this is the second box. Putting this together is going to be a pain in the ass, but I'm probably going to just shoot this the rest of this tomorrow, but let's get to the assembly. You want this to be rock, you want it to be dirty, you want it to be gritty, and it's kind of like a little bit bland. It's like there's not much. I mean, there are gradation changes and there are detail and shadows and highlight, but overall it feels like it looks a little bit too bright in the base. Now the flames are fine, but the rock could have been done a little bit more muted. Maybe instead of brown rock, maybe if we had just a grayish, darker stone, that would, I think, bring out more of the contrast and make it pop a little more.
personally, I'm not that much of a fan of these kinds of sub bases anymore. There was a time where I used to hate them, then I liked them for a while, and I kind of would have preferred more of just rock in general. But that being said, this detail on like the skulls and the trim on this and this wood kind of base, you give it like the cowboy westerny kind of feel. I mean, it's good. I like it. It's actually really kind of cool. This is really something that needs to be done by 2 people, not 1. Oh, thank God for XM's manufacturing, because that went in super easy. Okay, just kind of magnetizes to the back there. So just pop this on. And boom, it just magnetizes to the edge right over here. And you've got a stirrup. Surprisingly, the horse weighs more than the base, I think. But the box with the base is heavier because you've got cable body in there. Yeah, this is kind of like an insane piece. Oh, okay, cool. They're light enough to not be a problem, but they're also not completely not light, if that makes sense. Not super heavy, but also, now that I think about it, after putting it on there, it could be a bit lighter, could have been a little bit easier. Alright, let's pop the portrait on. Ooh. That was freaking awesome. Okay. So that goes there, and I believe this is supposed to key into the tail. Okay, which it does. So a little bit of flexibility, so it's good. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And that's in the tail nice and snug, and I think this just kind of rests across. Okay. Nice perfect groove right there. This is beyond amazing! So the idea is for you to thread the chain through his hands, which I didn't particularly feel like doing. Oh, boom. Alright. Little enough to catch. Alright, that makes a huge difference. The presence on this guy is just amazing. Whew. I was actually afraid I wasn't gonna like this anymore. Now that it's here, holy shit snacks. Yeah, this is stupid big. I mean, I know I said I wanted the bigger pieces, but honestly, I may have not thought this through. It's about 30. If you look at just the base, just the base is not too bad. It's 24 and a half maybe. But if you go from tail to front, yeah, it's about 30, 31, 32 ballpark, can't really tell. Just the base on the depth, it's also not bad. It's like 14 inches, but with the cloak, your depth is looking like 18, 19 maybe? Just depends on if you have it flat enough. I don't think anyone's going to display it flat. Like for me, I'm most likely going to angle it this way. And it's at this kind of an angle on the footprint, it doesn't take up that much. It takes up less room. We'll take this stuff off camera and then we'll flip. So here we go. The engineering on this thing is a 10 out of 10. And the reason I say that is, you know, you guys saw me unbox the fan art version with the Johnny Blaze on bike. And that was actually quite a pain in the butt in terms of how heavy the bike was and lining it up with the base and all that. But XM's engineering on this is a 10 out of 10 because they made it so simple to do the switch outs. It is really, really simple and surprisingly a quick change to switch from torso to torso. Portrait. Really cool little gun holster you can have over here. Got a magnet and a hook.
this in. And let it hang down to wherever you want. Alright, and then you secure it by wrapping the chain around his arm. Alright guys, so this is XM Ghost Rider on horse. I absolutely love the back of this, where his cloak has got this Celtic cross on insignia on the design, and this look is really cool if you're trying to recreate that shot from the movie with Nicolas Cage where it's Carter Slade and Johnny Blaze riding and have the bike one right here. It's really, really cool. They did engineer the bus stand to be very sturdy so it can hold the weight of either one of those torsos. This one's of course easier. Because of the amount of stuff that goes on with the chain and everything, it's almost like you have to display that as the main, and then this is a beautiful bus that you can have. I almost tried to sell it before it got here. I wasn't sure, honestly, and then when the boxes came in, they were so heavy, I just knew I didn't want to deal with it, and so it just sat for all. But honestly, after opening it and seeing it in person and all of this thing, I am so glad I kept this. I'm so glad I have it. This is such a beautiful piece. Alright guys, I'm Payne for Payne Collectibles. Freaking awesome piece. No regrets with this. Also, like, subscribe, tell me to go away. Whatever you want to do. Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for supporting the channel. See you guys in the next video.